Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Psycho Gold and this is Psycho Gold Videos. Today we're going to be checking out a trailer that came out a few days ago, and that is for the upcoming Young Justice Outsiders. Now, for those of you who don't know, I am a huge fan of Young Justice. I have watched Season 1 and Season 2 maybe 3 or 4 times from start to finish consecutively, with people who've never seen it before, but I enjoy it so much that I'm more than happy to rewatch it, and it's just an excuse. Now, I am a big DC fan, even though you'll probably hear me do nothing but complain about the DCEU and about DC films, but that is because I enjoy DC so much. I think in the world of animated series, the DC has always had very strong entries. As those of you who follow me on Instagram will know, I have picked up some things as time's gone on that will allow me to re-enjoy DC Universe's animated stuff back in its prime. But it's not just Batman. I thoroughly enjoy a lot of the DC animated films. I enjoyed the Superman series, the Justice League, and after the DC animated universe basically stopped, I still thought that they put out good stuff, and I still think their new stuff that they put out is really good. And obviously, as I've said in previous videos, I enjoyed the Teen Titans series. Now, when Young Justice was cancelled, I was very disappointed in Warner Brothers because so many people enjoyed that series and it got such good reviews. It annoys me that animated series still seem to be judged based purely on the amount of toys that they can sell. But now that's not the case. Now animated series are heading in new directions. Now we're getting into different kinds of ways of judging shows, and the fact that this new show is going to be on DC's streaming service means that it probably won't be judged based on whether or not it can sell merchandise. So I'm really hopeful that this isn't just going to be like a one-off finale series, kind of like we've seen in recent years with things like Samurai Jack and the possible upcoming Teen Titans vs Teen Titans Go, which I'm still not really sure how I feel about that. I was under the impression that we were going to get a new Teen Titans series. That's what pretty much all of the rumors had been, and then they still refused to let us just have Teen Titans. They must somehow shoehorn in Teen Titans Go, which really irritates me. But anyway, we're going to check out Young Justice Outsiders, and I'm hoping that we're going to see some stuff that's going to get me excited. I will definitely be watching this when it is released, and maybe I'll even do a reaction series to it, because my god, the first 2 series are so good. I absolutely adore them. But anyway, let's watch this trailer. 3, 2, 1, go. DC Universe Original.
This is Cat Grant reporting live.
Hey!
From the
Cat and Markovia! I haven't heard that for a long time. Oh, child abductions. Yeah. Well, we got this in, oh, the princess is missing. Okay. Hey, the Watchtower. Is that Nightwing? Oh, yeah, no, I know that's Nightwing because we saw him in one of the other trailers. Oracle! Okay. Nice. Oh, I hope he goes to a more traditional Nightwing look though in the future. Oh my lord, he's back.
And welcome to the jungle.
So we got Deathstroke's back. Oh, what's his name? That's gonna drive me mad.
We are on a mission in space,
Just like the Justice League.
Wait, what?
run it again.
Yes, he is gonna get his classic Nightwing look back at some point. Noted. Okay, so there's quite a few familiar faces. Superboy, Nightwing.
Your trespass must be punished.
Oh! Yeah. That looked like Savage, but like an old man. Wait, was that another sphere? Yep, Beetle. The heroes you demanded are back. Clayface! Ah, nice, some Batman Rogues Gallery. Yep, so it looks like we're gonna see some... Wait, that was Artemis's alternate identity. Is she... Oh yeah, she carried on as her, didn't she? Okay, so she's gonna be in it. Damn, there was so much to watch in that trailer. You know what, I'm gonna watch it again and then we're gonna talk about it afterwards. Or, rather, I'm gonna watch it and then I'm gonna talk about it for you guys. Okay, so there's a lot, and I mean a lot, to unpack in that trailer. Okay, first of all, January 4th. That's not very far away. I'm very happy about that. That means we've got just over a month, and then Young Justice will be back, baby. Oh, that's so good to know. Now, first things first, that wasn't Vandal Savage, the old man. That was a different character whose name I cannot remember for the life of me, but I'm fairly confident that he's General something or other, and he's very similar to Vandal in that he's very old and he's been in lots of different battles over time throughout history, but he's a different character. I can't think what he's called though, but I'm fairly confident that he actually was in the Teen Titans animated show in the last season. He was actually the right-hand general of... You can tell how long it's been since I've watched Teen Titans. Of the Brain, that the Legion of Doom was... No, sorry. The Legion of Doom is not the same characters. That the Doom Patrol were, you know, their nemesis. I'm fairly confident he was part of the group that the Doom Patrol were hunting, but I cannot think of his name for the life of me. But yeah, there is so much in that trailer that I could dissect apart. I'm not going to, but I will just say that it was really good to see Nightwing back. It was great to hear his quotes, because I was really worried about Nightwing, because there was like a teaser trailer that came out that was so short I didn't bother reacting to it, and it showed him in like that, I don't know how to put it, like that non-Nightwing costume, and I was really worried that that was just going to be him, because in the end of the last series, obviously he decided that he didn't want to be part of the team anymore and he was going to go solo, which is fair enough. And I was worrying that this was going to be him throughout most of Young Justice, like it was just going to be him wearing completely black, working with Oracle. But I did notice that he had a partner who was wearing a very similar getup, and I can't help but wonder if that partner was Aqualad, because it's hard to see his face, all you could see with his eyes, because obviously Aqualad himself didn't have a very good second season. Like, it was a great season, but he went through a lot of stuff that he wasn't really happy with to try and get to the light. And it was going really well up until the point, you know, Miss Martian kind of wrecked everything for him, who I also noticed was absent from this trailer. But in some respects, I'm actually not too fussed that we seem to have a smaller main core team. Like, if it's mostly going to be Nightwing and Superboy, and a new team, because we saw some returning people like Wonder Girl, like Blue Beetle, but I'm fairly confident that Outsiders is supposed to be heavily following Static Shock and the group of younger teens that gained powers in the second season. Like, it's supposed to be about the heroes who aren't necessarily, what's the word I want? Like, they're not necessarily the main core heroes from this show. But it looks like maybe they've changed their minds, maybe that was never going to be the case, I don't know. But it looks like this trailer is making it very obvious that the core team that we all remember is going to be heavily featured. And it looks like they are going to be continuing the storyline, thank God. I'm so excited that Slade's back, you know, Deathstroke. I loved it when he shot... What's that character's name?
2 hours later.
Metamorpho! God, that took a lot of effort to try and rack from my brain. But basically, I've always really liked the idea of Metamorpho, because he's basically Clayface, but a good guy, but he's got a few more abilities up his sleeve. And I was first introduced to him through the Justice League animated series, where they made a 2-part episode about him, and then he joined, I think, later on in Justice League Unlimited. I might be getting that slightly wrong, don't quote me on it, but ever since then, I went back and looked up some of his stuff, because I wasn't sure if, like, some of the really popular characters from the DC animated universe were created in the animated universe, but I'm fairly confident that Metamorpho is a comic book character. And the other thing is that something I'd forgotten, and I've just googled it, because something has always been bugging me in my brain, that the word Outsiders, I'm sure that is something that already exists. Now, I couldn't remember if it was a superhero team or if it was something else, and I wasn't even looking for it, but I have just been reminded Batman created a group called the Outsiders, and Metamorpho was a part of that group. So maybe that's where they've gotten the name from. Maybe this is going to be a separate group to the team that we already have, and maybe that's why it's called Young Justice Outsiders. Maybe we're going to have Metamorpho and Katana, who was also there with Batman, and they're going to make a new team very similar to the old team, because the old team kind of went through a lot of stuff, and it looks like they may or may not be still together when the show starts, because there was no Aqualad, there's no Miss Martian, but if they're still part of the other team, then that would make sense. Maybe Nightwing is going to be, you know, not rejoin the old team, but maybe Outsiders is going to be a new team that is formed for whatever the storyline of the show is going to be, because that could be very interesting. I could be down for that. I would very much be curious to see what they could come up with. I just want it to be January 4th. I just want to start watching it, because that was what drew me in. I mean, the animation of the show is really good, the fight scenes are amazing, but actually it was the storyline that made me binge watch Young Justice. Every episode would leave you with more hints than answers. Every episode would just make you have more questions, and they would bring in so many characters throughout the DC universe, and it just seemed to me like Young Justice got what a lot of people wanted from a superhero show, in a way that a lot of the animated shows that we've gotten from both Marvel and DC really haven't for a long time. It was a more serious, mature show that definitely wasn't Teen Titans Go, which was the only other DC animated show I could think of that might have been running at the time. I can't remember, to be honest. And it seemed to be more like Justice League, which is why it irritated me greatly that it was cancelled, but now it's back. So fingers crossed it can have that same feeling again. And if you're a Young Justice fan, please let me know down in the comments section. I would really like to know if you guys would be interested in seeing a reaction series to it. I don't know what the copyright situation is like. Obviously they're going to be heavily edited, like all my reactions are, to try and make sure that it is fair use, like all my videos are. Even the ones that have been taken down, I will point that out. It's so not worth trying to fight them. When companies take down videos, it's just a waste of time. So yeah, I would very much love to hear your guys' thoughts on this trailer. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on whether or not you're excited for Young Justice to come back. So if you enjoyed it, don't forget to drop it a thumbs up when you're leaving your comments down below, because I really want to hear from the Young Justice fans out there. Either you've just discovered this channel through this video, or you are one of the guys who's already been here. Either way, I still want to hear from you. But if you are new, and you also happen to like anime, feel free to check the rest of the channel out and drop a subscription, ring the bell to stay notified. Like I said, I'm probably going to be checking this show out on the channel, so helps to be prepared, right? Either way, guys, that's going to be it from me for today. Like I said, I could tear this trailer apart, which I probably will do on my own time, but I'm not going to do in this reaction. Maybe I'll make another video on it, but as it's only a month away, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just wait and watch the series like everybody else. Either way, guys, that's going to be it from me for today. As always, I'm Psycho Gold, and I will see you in my next video. Psycho Gold, out.